Today we're going to learn about how to design engaging meetings for your entrepreneurship organization. My name's Zach Jones. I was the president of the University of Delaware's Entrepreneurship Club for 2 years. I'm the author of the World Changers Handbook, and I write daily on ccjones.com. So if you want to host an educational meeting, you should follow this simple structure. Activator, Debrief, Content, Activity, Debrief, Summary. And this is all fits into a little acronym that I call ADCADS. And we're going to dive in to a little bit more about what each of these letters means. And this structure is adapted from Dr. Tony Middlebrooks, who's a professor here at University of Delaware. So A is for Activator. The point of the Activator is to get the attention of your audience and draw in their interest. So people are just arriving at your meeting. You need to do something that gets them interested in learning more about what's going to happen during the rest of the event. A few ideas are discussion questions on the table. They can sit with a group and discuss something controversial or interesting. They could do a quick design challenge, or maybe play a game of Pictionary. There are a bunch of other games that I have that I will probably cover in a later video that also serve as great activators. The D is for Debrief. So an activity is only as good as the debrief. After you do your activator, you need to debrief it and talk about the lessons that came out of that activity. It gives meaning to some sort of silly activity because Pictionary is just a game that we play for fun, but in the context of our meeting, maybe Pictionary has a deeper lesson about creative confidence and how we can use illustration to visualize different ideas and share them with our peers. Also, you want to use your debrief to foreshadow what's to come. So you're going to start with an activator and a debrief, but the meat of your workshop is yet to come. So you want to foreshadow what's about to happen and why your first activator is relevant to the rest of the meeting. Next is the content. And now this is what people signed up for your workshop to learn. This is the information or the new skills that people are going to be able to walk away from your session with. And you can use a number of different mediums to convey this information. You could show a video, hand out an article, you could read something, you could do a lecture, a PowerPoint, or you could hand out some sort of flyer or pamphlet. So there are countless different ways you could present this information, but the important part is that you keep this pretty brief. You want to keep this to 5 to 10 minutes because the most important part of the workshop is the next part, which is the activity. The activity is how people apply the learning that you gave them in the content. And this is the meat of the workshop. It should take the most time. Probably, if you're doing an hour-long session, this should probably take 20 to 30 minutes. And now everything before is building to this activity. And you're just giving people the opportunity to try out these new skills, this new information that you've presented. And the image of the bike is there because you can't tell someone how to ride a bike. They need to actually get on the bike and do it. So your content is telling them how to ride the bike, and the activity is saying, we have 20 minutes, and now you have the opportunity to step on the bike and see how it works. So the activity creates the space for people to apply the learning, and that's really important. So the second D in ADCADS is the second debrief after your big activity. And again, you want to highlight the lesson that came out of the activity. But you don't want to tell people what they learned because that doesn't make any sense. You want to ask them what they learned. Ask what happened when they tried to implement the new skills. What happened when they got on the bike? Did they fall off? Did they wobble a lot? Did they not know where the brakes were? Figure out, ask those types of questions to help people reinforce their learning. Give them the opportunity to reflect on what they learned so they can cement it and go forwards and use it in the future. And lastly, The S is for summary. So you want to wrap up everything that happened, but also look forwards to the future. Give people a take-home message. Show them the map forward. Explain how what they learned today is going to be applicable in the future. All right, so that's the workshop structure. It follows this acronym ADD-CADS: Activator, Debrief, Content, Activity, Debrief, Summary. And if you follow this structure, I promise that your meetings will be more engaging, more educational, and they'll provide better ways for peers and attendees to connect with each other. So people are going to go home much more happy with the experience than if they sat there and you just lectured at them. One important note about room structure: don't set it up like a lecture. It's not a lecture, it's a workshop. So ideally, you have tables of 3 to 6 people. This facilitates connection and collaboration. It gives people room to work together, to look each other in the eyes, and to make bonds while they're doing the work and learning through the activity. All right, that's pretty much it on workshop structure. If anybody has any questions or wants to learn about other activities, feel free to shoot me an email at zcj@udel.edu. All right, thanks for watching.